Listen to me carefully, this isn't just another speech. This is a wake-up call. 2026 is staring you in the face, and you have two choices. Either you rebuild yourself into the strongest version of who you can be, or you stay exactly where you are and watch life pass you by. I don't care how bad 2025 was for you. I don't care how broken you feel right now. I don't care if you've been betrayed, left behind, humiliated, or crushed. Good, that pain is exactly what you needed. That pain is the starting point of your rebirth. Stop sitting around complaining about how life isn't fair. Life was never meant to be fair. You think the world cares about your excuses. You think the universe is waiting for you to feel ready. It's not. Every day you sit still, every day you hesitate, every day you choose comfort over action, someone else out there is getting stronger, smarter, richer, more powerful. And one day, you'll look back and realize you wasted another year doing nothing but wishing for change. I want you to stop wishing. I want you to start building. Rebuilding yourself is not comfortable, it is war. War against your laziness, war against your bad habits, war against the version of you that has kept you small for too long. You will have to wake up earlier. You will have to work when you're tired. You will have to say no to distractions, cut out toxic people, and be brutally honest with yourself. And yes, it will hurt, it is supposed to hurt. You are tearing down the old structure and building something stronger. 2026 is your year if you make it your year. I want you to picture yourself on December 31st, 2026, looking in the mirror and saying, I built this version of me. Imagine your body sharper, your mind clearer, your confidence unshakable. Imagine having the discipline to control your money, your time, your health, your emotions. That doesn't come by accident, that comes by choosing pain over comfort every single day. Stop letting people convince you that average is okay. Average is misery. Average is waking up every day tired of your own life. Average is lying to yourself saying, tomorrow I'll change. No, there is no tomorrow. There is no perfect moment. There is right now. And right now is the time you decide to rebuild yourself. Let me tell you something, nobody is coming to save you. No government, no family member, no friend, no mentor, no magical lucky break is going to fix your life for you. This is on you. You are the problem, but you are also the solution. That's the beauty of this. You have full control. You can burn down the old version of you and create something unstoppable. And don't tell me you can't. I don't care what your circumstances are. People have come from nothing, from worse than nothing, and they built empires, built legacies, built unshakable lives. You are not special for suffering. Everyone suffers. The question is, what are you going to do about it? When you wake up tomorrow, I want you to feel dangerous. I want you to feel like you are on a mission. I want you to move through your day with purpose. This is not about motivation. This is about discipline. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps you going when it's raining, when you're tired, when no one believes in you. Stop running from the hard things. In fact, start running toward them. When something scares you, do it. When something feels uncomfortable, lean in. Every time you do, you build a new layer of strength. Every time you push through pain, you send a message to your brain. I am not weak. I am in control. This year, stop chasing cheap dopamine. Stop wasting hours scrolling. Stop wasting money on things that don't build you. Stop wasting energy on people who don't respect you. Build habits that compound. Build a body that commands respect. Build a network of winners. Build a mindset so powerful that nothing can break you. And let's talk about failure, because you will fail. You will fall flat on your face. Good. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is a test. Most people quit after failing once. They think it's a sign to stop. No. It's a sign to keep going. It's the universe asking, how bad do you really want this? You rebuild yourself by getting up faster than you fall. There will be days you feel like giving up, days where no progress seems visible, days where you question everything, but that's the exact moment champions are made. That's the moment you double down. That's the moment you push harder, because most people quit right there, and that's why most people stay broke, stay weak, stay unhappy. Your future self is watching you right now, begging you not to quit, begging you to fight, begging you to put in the work so that in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, you are unrecognizable compared to who you are today. Listen, you only get one life, one shot. Why would you waste it being mediocre? Why would you waste it living someone else's idea of who you should be? Why would you settle when you can be dangerous, powerful, unstoppable? 2026 can be the year that changes everything if you decide right now that it will be. This is your call to action. Not next month, not next week, not tomorrow morning, right now. I want you to rebuild yourself so completely that people from your past don't even recognize you. I want them to look at you and say, "What happened to you?" And I want you to smile and say, "I stopped being who I was." Take all your pain, all your anger, all your regrets, and turn them into fuel. Build a body they said you couldn't build. Make the money they said you'd never make. Live the life they said was impossible for someone like you. Become the person that inspires your younger self and scares your weaker self. And when 2026 ends, I want you standing tall, unbroken, untouchable, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. This is the year of your rebirth. This is the year of your rebuilding. This is the year you stop talking and start doing. No more excuses, no more waiting, no more hoping. It's time to fight for the life you deserve. So get up, get to work. Rebuild yourself, because 2026 is not going to wait for you, and neither is your future. You know what your biggest enemy is: the old version of you. The version of you that hits snooze 5 times every morning, that eats trash food, that scrolls on their phone for hours, that keeps saying, "I'll start tomorrow." That version of you has to die. You cannot carry them into 2026 and expect a different life. Stop trying to upgrade a broken system, tear it down, burn it to the ground. Every excuse you've used in the past: "I'm tired," "I don't have time," "I don't have money," "I don't feel ready," all of that is the language of the old you. If you keep talking like that, you'll keep living like that. You cannot rebuild yourself without first destroying the weak foundations that kept you average. This is why so many people stay stuck. They want a new life, but they want to keep their old habits, their old mindset, their old comfort zone. It doesn't work like that. You can't become a lion with the heart of a sheep. You can't be unstoppable while still carrying the fear and laziness of your past self. So here's what you do. You draw a line today and you say, "That version of me is done." You stop identifying with that person. When your mind tells you to sleep in, you tell it no, because that's what the old you would do. When your emotions tell you to skip the gym, you go harder, because that's what the old you would avoid. Every single decision you make now becomes an act of war against who you used to be. It's not going to feel good at first. Growth never does. It's going to hurt, because you're ripping yourself away from years of bad programming, from years of living small, from years of taking the easy route. But that pain is the price of transformation. Every rep you do in the gym when you don't want to, every late night you spend learning a new skill, every time you face a fear head on, that's you burning away the weakness, burning away the excuses, burning away the old self that kept you from winning. People might laugh. People might say you've changed. Good. You should change. You should be unrecognizable. That old version of you should embarrass you. You should look back and cringe at how small you were, how much time you wasted, how much potential you ignored. And the only way to make sure you never go back is to make the decision right now to set fire to that old identity. Kill it before it kills your future. This is how you rebuild, not by adding a little discipline here and there, not by half committing, but by completely destroying the person you no longer want to be and building from scratch. The difference between winners and losers is not talent, it's not luck, it's not even intelligence. Discipline, Discipline is the weapon that separates the weak from the powerful, the broke from the wealthy, the forgotten from the remembered. Comfort is the drug that kills ambition. Every time you choose comfort, you are feeding your weakness. Every time you choose discipline, you are feeding your future. Stop telling yourself you'll act when you feel like it. That's the biggest lie you've been living. Successful people don't wait for the mood to strike. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't care if they're tired, cold, sick, or uninspired. They act anyway. Discipline means you do it because it must be done, not because you feel like doing it. Comfort whispers in your ear every day. It tells you to take it easy, to sleep longer, to eat whatever you crave, to skip the hard work, to do it tomorrow. But comfort is a thief. It steals your time, your health, your potential, your self-respect. Discipline, on the other hand, is brutal. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. It demands consistency. It demands sacrifice. It demands effort when no one is watching. And that is exactly why it creates results. Discipline builds bodies that command respect. Discipline builds bank accounts that give you freedom. Discipline builds minds that don't break under pressure. Discipline builds a version of you that is unstoppable. Think about it. Every time you've failed in life, every time you've looked back with regret, it wasn't because you didn't know what to do, you knew. You just didn't do it. You chose comfort. You chose easy. You chose instant pleasure over long-term greatness. And deep down, you hated yourself for it, because your soul knows the truth. It knows you were made for more. Discipline is the way you prove to yourself that you are done being average. 2026 will test you. You will wake up on days when the bed feels too warm and the world feels too heavy. You will face nights where the work feels endless and the results seem invisible. And in those moments, comfort will invite you to quit, to relax, to let go. But if you want to rebuild yourself, you must reject that voice every single time. You must become the kind of person who does what has to be done, no matter what. If it's the gym, you go. If it's work, you grind. If it's study, you focus. If it's a responsibility, you handle it. Comfort is for people who will still be complaining in December 2026 about why nothing changed. Discipline is for people who will be unrecognizable by then. Discipline is for the ones who understand that pain is temporary, but pride is forever. So make your choice now. Comfort will kill you slowly. Discipline will build you into everything you've ever wanted to become. Your life right now is the sum of your habits. Everything you are, everything you have, everything you lack is a direct reflection of the tiny choices you've been making every day. And if you hate where you are, it means you've been living on autopilot with the wrong habits. The good news, you can rewrite the script. You can build habits that actually compound, habits that quietly and relentlessly push you closer to greatness. Stop looking for one big breakthrough that will change your life overnight. That's a fantasy. The real transformation happens when you build small, daily habits that stack up and create massive results over time. Going to the gym every day, even when you don't want to, compounds into a body that radiates confidence. Reading for 20 minutes a day compounds into a mind sharper than most people's. Controlling your spending and investing a small amount every month compounds into wealth. Waking up early and using those hours to work on yourself compounds into a life most people can't even imagine. But here's the thing, bad habits compound too. Hitting snooze compounds into laziness. Eating junk food compounds into sickness. Wasting time scrolling compounds into a wasted life. Every habit you allow is a vote for the kind of person you will become. Most people don't realize this until it's too late, until they look back after 5 years of just one more cheap meal, just one more lazy day, just one more drink. And they can't recognize themselves. If you want to rebuild yourself in 2026, you have to become obsessed with habits, ruthless about them, guard them like treasure. You are not just going to the gym to work out, you are training yourself to be the kind of person who doesn't miss. You are not just waking up early, you are becoming the kind of person who respects time. You are not just reading books, you are feeding your mind weapons it can use to win. The magic happens when you stick with them long enough to see the curve turn in your favor. At first, it feels like nothing is happening. You work, you grind, you sacrifice, and the results seem invisible. This is where most people quit. But if you stay consistent, if you keep stacking those habits, suddenly everything shifts. People start noticing, you start feeling different, opportunities appear, your confidence skyrockets, your whole life changes because you had the discipline to keep doing the little things when no one was watching. 2026 isn't about dramatic overnight transformation. It's about setting in motion a process that cannot be stopped. Build habits that make you dangerous. Build habits that make you proud. Build habits that keep paying you back long after the work is done. That's how you create a life that compounds into greatness. Pain is the most powerful fuel you will ever have if you know how to use it. Most people run from pain. They hide from it, numb it with distractions, drown it with food, alcohol, scrolling, anything that keeps them from feeling it. But pain is not your enemy. Pain is the alarm bell that tells you something needs to change. Pain is the fire that can burn away your weakness if you let it. Every bad thing that has ever happened to you, the betrayals, the losses, the failures, the heartbreaks, they were not put there to break you. They were put there to build you. Think about the moments in your life that hurt the most. The moments where you felt abandoned, humiliated, rejected, crushed. You survived them. You are still here. That pain you carry is proof that you can endure anything. And now, it's time to weaponize it. Stop letting your pain be a prison. Stop using it as an excuse to stay broken. Take that pain and turn it into energy that pushes you further than anyone expects you to go. When you're tired, remember the people who doubted you and keep going. When you feel weak, remember the times you were laughed at and lift heavier. When you feel like quitting, remember how it felt to be left behind and push harder. Let the pain remind you that you will never go back to that place again. Every rep, every late night, every early morning, every risk you take, make it a statement that says, I refuse to be who I was when that pain happened. Pain is the reason why the strongest men and women on this planet are dangerous. They have seen darkness, and they used it to forge themselves into something unbreakable. You want to rebuild yourself in 2026. Then stop wishing life was easier and start using every ounce of pain as motivation to become stronger, richer, smarter, faster, more disciplined. Pain is a teacher that doesn't lie. It tells you exactly where you are weak. And if you pay attention, it will show you how to fix it. The truth is, pain is coming for you whether you like it or not. Life will hurt you, people will disappoint you, the world will test you. You can either let that pain crush you, or you can let it light a fire inside you so strong that nothing can put it out. Every time you turn pain into power, you grow. You get sharper. You get hungrier. You get closer to becoming the version of yourself you've always wanted to be. 2026 is your chance to turn every scar into strength, every failure into fuel, every heartbreak into hunger. Pain doesn't have to be the end of your story, it can be the beginning of your rebirth. I want you to imagine yourself on December 31st, 2026. Look in the mirror. Who do you see? Do you see the same person who started the year tired, defeated, unsure, and full of excuses? Or do you see someone sharp, dangerous, disciplined, and unstoppable? If you want to rebuild yourself, your goal for this year is simple. Become unrecognizable, not to the world, to yourself. You need to look in that mirror and see someone who scares their past self. Someone who has leveled up so completely that nothing can touch them. The truth is, most people don't change. They set goals, make resolutions, and 6 months later, they are in the exact same place. Don't be like them. Don't let another year slip through your fingers. Rebuilding yourself is not about small improvements. It's about radical transformation. Every choice you make, every habit you build, every sacrifice you endure, is part of the blueprint for the person you will become. If you are serious about 2026, you will not just improve, you will explode into a version of yourself that shocks everyone who ever doubted you. You will be unrecognizable in every sense. Your body will reflect discipline. Your mind will radiate clarity. Your confidence will command attention. Your actions will demonstrate strength. You will no longer be held back by fear, hesitation, or the opinions of others. Every weak, small, lazy version of you that existed before must be gone. Burn it, replace it with a version so strong, so relentless, that even your old self wouldn't believe it. Becoming unrecognizable is not a passive process. It requires relentless action, day in and day out. You can't coast, you can't cheat yourself. Every decision is a brick in the foundation of your new life. Waking up early, working harder than everyone else, lifting heavier, studying longer, pushing through the pain, this is how you build a new identity. By December, people will not recognize your energy, your presence, or your results. And you will smile because you know exactly what it cost you to get there. This transformation is not just physical. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. You will shed the doubts, the fears, the weaknesses, and the lies you told yourself for years. You will carry yourself differently. You will talk differently. You will act differently. You will think differently. You will be someone who no longer accepts average, no longer tolerates mediocrity, no longer settles for excuses. By December 2026, you should feel proud, unstoppable, and alive. You should feel like every pain you endured, every failure you survived, every sacrifice you made was worth it. You will have rebuilt yourself from the ground up into someone unrecognizable, someone dangerous to weakness, someone loyal to excellence, someone completely in control of their life. That is your mission, that is your goal, that is your 2026. Now listen closely. All the pain, all the effort, all the discipline, all the habits you build this year lead to one undeniable truth. You are capable of becoming someone completely unrecognizable. You are capable of taking the ashes of your old self and rising from them stronger, smarter, and more dangerous than ever. Every scar, every failure, every moment you felt weak or lost is now fuel for the version of you that refuses to be average. 2026 is not a year to wait. It is a year to act. Burn the old version of yourself. Tear down the weakness, the excuses, the laziness, and the fear that have held you back. Embrace discipline over comfort. Choose the hard path because it leads to greatness. Build habits that compound, small daily victories that pile up until they create a life that demands respect. Turn every ounce of pain you've endured into raw power that drives you forward, unstoppable. And at the end of it all, become someone so transformed that neither the world nor your old self can recognize you. The clock is ticking. Every day you waste is another day your future self will curse you for. But if you commit, if you fight, if you dedicate yourself to this process, 2026 can be the year you take control of your destiny. The version of you that exists now, that's just the starting point. The version of you that emerges in December. That is your masterpiece. That is the person who refused to settle, who refused to quit, who refused to accept anything less than greatness. So stand up, step into the fire, rebuild yourself with every ounce of strength, courage, and determination you have. Make 2026 the year you stop wishing and start becoming. Your future starts now, and it starts with you.